Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, June 1st, 2017. Just want to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Good morning. Hope you've had a great week so far. It's the first day of June, and so our monthly candles are complete now for the month of May. So with that, let's go back and take a look at what we see with that perspective. Regular viewers well know that we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index. I use the Russell as a simple proxy for the markets overall. I really want to keep these videos short and not get into too many things, so I use the Russell as a proxy. And for that, we look at the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. We always step back to take a look at it on that bigger time frame, the 5-year monthly, and we've been paying attention to this area right here. This blue line represents a longer term area of support resistance, and the orange a more recent area of support and resistance. So we're really just paying attention to this area right in here. We have been monitoring the candles through these last several months, noting that price seems to lose a little bit of steam on the Russell when it hits this black line up here, and there's a little more indecision and sideways price action coming into the market here. And it's worth noting that the candle for the month of May, now complete, is a red candle. This candle is going to get my attention because in a series of candles that showed a little bit of sideways price action and indecision, a red candle is a red flag for me. Having said that, the price action yesterday was pretty impressive and last week. So monthly candle red, but let's go take a look at the weekly and the daily. So I'm going to move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 1-year weekly. Same orange line, same black line up here. So what I want you to know, we've been talking about this a lot, these are the weekly candles. When the Russell Index gets up to this black line, it seems to lose steam and drift down. So through the middle of February, it drifted down to our orange line. It met support. It started to lift again through April, and then it reached our black line and lost momentum, floated back down. We had that really ugly day several weeks ago that brought price back down to our orange line, but it was again defended. And then last week we had a somewhat bullish candle, white candle, but not terribly bullish, but bullish nonetheless with a white body. And our price action yesterday was pretty interesting. So these are the weekly candles. What I want to see is price on the weekly chart start to lift from here away from our orange line and back towards this black trend line. We'll see if that happens. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the the daily. So here's our price action yesterday, very impressive. We opened and closed up here. We have this long wick on the day. So the trading brought us right back down to this orange line of support and resistance, and we ended up the day lower than the open. So we have a red candle, but look at the defense of that orange line. That's pretty impressive, that long wick. Futures look to be starting off in the green this morning, so perhaps we'll get that movement up and over our blue 8-day EMA and that price action that would suggest that perhaps the Russell wants to move higher towards our black line. We will see, keeping an open mind. With that monthly candle, anything can happen. I always make decisions towards the end of the day, so we'll see what happens. But with that impressive wick yesterday, and it looks to be a positive open this morning, I'm not putting a new Chart of the Day Cafe featured chart in front of you, not a new one, because price is below the 8-day EMA, but I am going to review 3 past Chart of the Day Cafe picks that, should we get that positive price action today, look pretty interesting here. So should we see that strength today and tomorrow, here are 3 past Chart of the Day Cafe watch list picks that I think are worth keeping an eye on here. I'm going to give you 2 on the US side and 1 on the Canadian, and I'm going to try and do these really quickly. The first one is Kimberly-Clark, ticker symbol KMB. We put it forward here, this little green circle, on November 22nd. You can go back to our video library and take a look at it. I checked the scores on it this morning. The value score is still where I like it. Not as high as it was back here, but still meets my qualifications. The forecasted earnings growth rate going forward here is still 16%. That's a nice number. It's got a current dividend yield of 2.99% and a PE of 19.96. So should we get a strong day, look at the volume that came in yesterday. I like Kimberly-Clark here. The next one on the US side is Baxter International. Baxter was our Chart of the Day Cafe featured chart back here on February 7th. Again, you can go back and take a look at our video. Look at the beautiful run it's had since then. Love it. The volume is still good. It had a little bit of a soft day yesterday, but should the markets have a strong day, wouldn't be too surprised to see Baxter continue this uptrend. And it's all about price being up and over that 8-day EMA, right? So we want it up and over the 8-day. Check the scores on it this morning. Of course, the value score is not going to be as high as it was here, but it's still high enough to qualify for my list. The forecasted earnings growth rate going forward is 14%. These are numbers as of today. Dividend yield is 1.08, and the current PE is 22.21. The last one is a Canadian one, open text. We put it forward here, this little green circle day on December 20th. It had this beautiful lift. It's been trading in sort of a sideways pattern, but I like the action yesterday. I like that it's up and over the blue, so should price strength continue, open text looks good here, at least to me. And check the scores on it this morning. Really nice high value score still. Forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 13%, dividend yield of 1.41%, and a current PE of 16.32. So with that, I will leave you. We'll put our next video out on Tuesday. As a reminder, these videos go out every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Thanks everyone. Have a great weekend.